Do not comment if it's not Boeing, I'm not going on this video, because if you do, I will find your address, come to your house, and throw a pie in your cat's face. What's up, travelers? Welcome back to my channel. This video has been a long time in the making. I actually forgot I'd even shot this until someone commented on a video recently saying, hey, you should do an A350 versus 787 video. And I was like, that's a great idea. Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah, I recorded it 4 months ago and forgot about it. Before you go wild, yes, this is from Economy Week, and I know you guys are dying to get the finale of that, which I still haven't uploaded, but it's coming soon. And I just thought this was also quite an epic comparison, and I want to upload this before that. So today we're asking the question, which airplane is better, the Airbus A350 or the 787? Ultimately, this is just a comparison of Singapore Airlines. It's a shame they have different seats on the different planes because I think that altered my perception a bit. But still, I think this is as close as I could get because it is the same airline. They operate both aircraft types, and I was a bit surprised by my conclusion. As someone who is not a super Airbus fan or a super Boeing fan, I'm just somewhere in the middle. I like anything that flies safely, pretty much. I'm really excited for this one, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Before we get into the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button because you'll be supporting me, and also stay until the end because we have a very special giveaway in this video again.
So let's dive right into it. In this video, I'll be comparing the cabin comfort, engine noise level using a decibel meter, and ultimately give you a conclusion of which aircraft I think is better for Singapore Airlines and overall. So starting with the seats, this is what really surprised me. Airbus advertises the wide cabin on their A350. The aircraft is literally called the Airbus A350 XWB, which stands for extra wide body. But somehow, Singapore Airlines has wider seats on their 787 than their A350, despite the 787 being notorious for its narrow seats. Looking at Seat Guru, the A350 has a seat width of 18 inches, while the 787-10 has a seat width of over 19 inches, which is insanely wide. Singapore Airlines has a 333 configuration, which is 9 abreast on their 787. United, who has the exact same number of seats abreast, also 333, has a seat width of as little as 16.3 inches, which is 3 inches less than Singapore Airlines. Across 9 seats, that's a difference of up to 27 inches in the same exact cabin as Singapore. So I don't know how they do it, but all I know is I don't want to be on United 787. That whole story was just to say that I actually prefer the 787 seat on Singapore Airlines over their A350 seat. First, I have to say that both seats are fantastic, among the best in the industry. They both have storage, a mirror, power ports, all that good stuff. And it's good to note that Singapore Airlines has the same seat on their new A380s as on their 787s in economy. So not only was the 787 seat wider, but I actually felt like it had slightly more legroom as well, even though Seat Guru says they're the same at 32 inches, but maybe Singapore Airlines has slightly slimmer seats on the 787, for example, which could explain why there was a tiny bit more legroom. Moving on from the seat to the cabin itself, you cannot fault the A350 cabin. There's no single-story plane that feels as spacious, with the insanely high ceilings, curved overhead lockers, and huge windows, which make the cabin feel really airy. Still, the 787 isn't bad either though, and both planes use mood lighting to their advantage. Overall, the 787 has my favorite seat on Singapore, but the A350 cabin in general and on Singapore is a little better since it just looks and feels more spacious. Now moving on to the noise level, which is something both Airbus and Boeing really advertise on these new aircraft. I knew that I needed actual proof to show the noise level and the difference, since my ears obviously can't measure actual decibels, so I found an app that measured them for me. I measured during takeoff and during cruise on both flights and was honestly shocked that the noise level was pretty much exactly the same on both aircraft. I'm not sure if it's that this decibel meter doesn't really work on planes, but I've always felt like the A350 was slightly quieter than the 787, so I was really surprised to see that it was not the case, at least according to this app. Either way, both planes are remarkably quiet, and the only plane that trumps it in my experience is the Airbus A380, especially if you're on the second floor. And I can just see the comments flooding in, but Daniel, you can't compare the seats if you're not in the exact same place on both aircraft. Well, I thought about that beforehand, and I actually sat exactly as far behind the wing on both aircraft so I could accurately compare the noise level where I was seated. One more thing I want to add about the 787 is that although the windows are so flashy and cool, I just don't like this technology. I don't like that the crew can force the windows to dim. And because of this technology, I feel like you can always see some kind of filter which distorts your outside view on the 787, which again makes me prefer the A350 in that aspect. So overall, I do actually prefer Singapore Airlines' 787 to their A350, which is crazy. Although I will say it was extremely close. The sound level is pretty much the same. Both seats are amazing. They're so comfortable. There are so many features that you won't get on most airlines, like a footrest or a mirror, just those little things that show Singapore Airlines put the extra thought in, and it's really appreciated. But as I said, the 787 seat is just a little bit wider, a little bit more legroom, which really does make me prefer their 787 a tiny bit over the A350. So of course, now I want to ask you guys, have you flown the A350 or the 787? And what did you think? If you've flown both, which is your favorite and why? And once again, it better not be just because the 787 is Boeing. We need good reasons, guys. So now that you know which aircraft I slightly prefer, it's finally giveaway time.
So first, here are the prizes that you guys can win. There are 3 different prizes this time. The first of those is a Qatar Airways swag bag with this pajamas from the White Company, which they give you in business class. Of course, it's unused, it's brand new, still wrapped. We also have a luggage tag, a luggage strap, and this epic Qatar Airways cap that they gave us at the inaugural flight to Gothenburg. So I'm so excited. This is going to be a great kit if you want to pimp yourself out in Qatar Airways gear. The second prize will be more Oman Air themed because we have this very luxurious Oman Air pen which you can use to write your exams. I'm sure you'll ace it after using this pen. And the Oman Air business class amenity kit, also brand new and unused. And this is one of my favorite amenity kits in the sky. It is so luxurious. The contents are super expensive. These creams they sell in Oman are pricey. So this is really a great kit. And the last prize, which certainly is not least, will be a $100 Airbnb gift card, which I'll be giving away to one of you guys. So there will be 3 winners. The way to enter if you want to win the first 2 prizes, of course you can enter for all 3 prizes, but to enter for the first 2, you just need to comment below this video letting me know what is your favorite aircraft type or what are your favorite aircraft types. So if you have several, again, just as last video, you can leave it in several comments so that you can get entered more than once. So for me, I love the A340, I love the A380, I also think the 747-8 is absolutely stunning. So let's say those are my 3 favorites, then I just leave them in 3 different comments below and I'll be entered 3 times. But of course you can really comment as many times as you want and you'll be entered more times to win, and just as last time, the winner will be randomly drawn. Now, if you want to win the Airbnb gift card, you have to go to my previous video, which was a super special one. It was my Bombardier trip, full trip using only Bombardier products, going home for Christmas. It gets super personal, and I really want you guys to check it out. So if you want to win the Airbnb gift card, just go check that video out. It's in a card now and linked in the description below. And on that video, you can comment literally anything you want. You can comment as many times as you want, again, to be entered several times. So yeah, just leave me any comment on my Bombardier video. Also, to be entered, you have to like this video. And if you want to enter for the Airbnb gift card, you have to like the Bombardier video and be subscribed to me here on YouTube. Now, the winners will be announced on Christmas Day via my Instagram. I'm going to do a live stream and also Instagram stories to announce who the winners are. So you don't necessarily have to follow me on Instagram, but maybe you should because that's where the winners will be announced on Christmas Day on the 25th of December. So good luck to you all and Thanks for sticking through this giveaway talk.
And the video ended abruptly because my battery died. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful if you're choosing between the two aircraft types. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and until I see you all next time, fly safe.